tell me about what happened when you were born.
Well, my recollection to that is when it was time for me to be born. My dad had built a chicken coop. Well, it was almost finished, so of course none of the chickens ever had lived in it. So it was like a almost finished new building. Well, then it was time for me to be born. My dad didn't want any of the kids in there messing around, yelling and carrying on and stuff. God, you're a crabby dog. Carrying on and stuff, and so he had them go and sleep in this new chicken coop until after I was born.
Well, you were born at home?
I was born at home, yeah.
Why were you born at home? We had a hospital only 6 miles away.
6 miles away.
Yeah?
And besides that, it was stormy.
Because you were born in November.
And the doctor came out, and I don't remember if he actually delivered me or if I was already born at the time of what happened there. But when my little brother was born, he told my mom, with this one, I don't care how long you have to stay in the hospital, but because of the weather and all that, I'd be danged if I'm going to make another trip out there to deliver another child. I'm just not going to do it. So when it's due date, you better come in and you're going to stay at the hospital.
Well, all the roads were flooded between Bay City and Tillamook, right?
6 miles.
The roads were flooded?
Well, yeah. Yeah, the roads were all flooded in Idaville, going around that way.
Right.
Yeah, so he had one heck of a time getting through. And so that's why he said, the next one you got to come into the hospital because I'm getting too old. I can't get out there anymore. I'm just not going to do it. So it's either you stay there and have your baby or you come in and stay at the hospital. And so that's why Benny is the only one that was born in the hospital.
Really?
Benny. Otherwise, the rest of us were all born at home. I guess they figured she was too old to be out someplace having more kids. So it's time for hospital.
How old was she when you were born?
How old was she? 35. And I was 35 when I had you.
Yep.
I mean, she had quite a few of them before me. But you were my one and only one. But it was still kind of odd that
I still have siblings,
hers
though.
At 35 years old, and I was 35 years old when I had you.
That is funny, isn't it?
And even though you were the one and only of mine, I just thought that was kind of odd. So that's why I remember her dates so well, because we were both 35 years old. I mean, of course, not the same time.
No, of course not.
I was 35 when I had you, and she was 35 when she had me.